Hi, Stephen from Owner Disown. So I've got a MSI GP63 Leopard Pro 8RE here. Some Hidevolution, the review sample, and let's we're going to unbox it, full review to follow, and so let's have a quick look. So Hidevolution have three configurations available. There's the $1,300 1050 Ti and two GTX 1060 ones. So I'm actually configured the $1,200 GTX 1060. I thought that would look like the best option for me. It's a 15.6 inch screen, 120 Hz, 3 millisecond, good color accuracy. I did pay a little bit extra to get a minimum backlight bleed. That's $100, and you can also get the display warranty there. So I got a 30-day zero defective pixel warranty. It has a 1060. It has the 6-core i7-8750H CPU. I also picked the Thermal Grizzly conductor node on the CPU and the GPU for $95, and I also picked 16 gigabytes, so two sticks of 8 gigs of DDR4 2666 megahertz RAM. And for storage, I just opted for the 256 gigabyte M.2 SATA drive there for an extra $91. Now there's a second M.2 slot, but I left that blank. And by default, it comes with the 1 terabyte 7,200 RPM hard drive. The total cost of that is $1,635, and it's usually free shipping, so that's not bad. Now, of course, you can pick up basic standard configurations cheaper, perhaps on Amazon, for example, like here, the base model, $1,229 for 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabyte SSD, but no terabyte hard drive. What would look good on this config would be the 16 gigs of RAM, 480 gigabyte NVMe SSD, and a terabyte hard drive for $1,450. Now, of course, with Hidevolution, you can configure it so that you can have zero dead pixels, which is great. And then, because once you get it, you've got it. And it's good to have that, and also for them to pick out at least backlight bleed. That's a great function to have, and also the liquid metal. So at the end of the day, I think Hidevolution is fairly competitive pricing for what you get. So there we have it. The typical, usual MSI theme. Got the aluminum brushed lid here at the top, with leopard engraved here at the top, and the the red decals and the MSI emblem. Now inside the keyboard, it's the SteelSeries keyboard, so if you've ever used an MSI laptop before, it's going to be just the same. 1.9 millimeters of key travel, 45 anti-ghosting capability, and separate number pad. And you'll notice on the keys they have silver paint on there to help see them in the dark, if it's not backlit, but they are RGB backlighting. Now the trackpad blends in pretty well with the rest of the chassis here. I don't see any definitive markings around there, which is a shame. Sometimes they usually do put a gold line or silver line around there. Separate mouse buttons, which don't require too much pressure to activate. I do actually prefer separate mouse buttons. Other people don't really care, but I do quite like doing that. But they do make a clicking sound. Now it's got the Intel 9560 Wi-Fi, and that's probably the best Wi-Fi card you can get. So that's going to perform pretty well. So the screen is 1080p, 120 Hz, 3 milliseconds. So it's going to be a nice panel, and it's supposed to have a good, color accuracy as well, of course, which I'll test. Usual crazy stickers, of course. And in terms of flex, not too bad. And you open it with one hand. Nope, not really. But the hinge is quite nice and stiff. Underneath, we've got some nice cooling, some nice intakes here. Now it does says it's got 7 heat pipes with 4 heat sinks. So in fact, if we confirm it, we can indeed. We can see heat sinks here at the back and heat sinks here at the sides. So that's good. So it's good. Should have it's got the elements of some decent cooling there. So 4 heat pipes. 7 heat pipes, 4 heat sinks. That's very nice indeed. Speakers wise, it says it's got 5 times bigger speakers, and this looks like where the speakers are here. So it looks like we've got speakers here, and it looks like a subwoofer here. It says it's 5 times as loud as regular laptops, so of this size anyhow, so that'll be good. And gaining access is simple. You've just got Phillips head screws to get inside. The whole panel will have to come out, no access little panels. Now let's compare it to size to the HP Pavilion Gaming. It is bigger. Quite a bit bigger footprint. Thickness wise, it's also slightly thicker too. Looking at the two, let's say the HP Pavilion, doesn't look as much gamer. So if you're into just, office work and you're a student perhaps and you don't want to scream gamer, this type of design is the way to go. Of course, this, you can tell that you're a bit of a gamer on this one. All right, so here we have the left-hand side. Comparing it to the HP Pavilion Gaming, actually, you can see a lot of the space on the Leopard is taken up with this heatsink here. So the cooling is definitely going to be better on this, without a doubt. So you have the Ethernet port, you have the HDMI, and the mini display port. Now you can output to two external displays. If you've got a 1050 Ti, which you can configure with only 4K 30 Hz, if you have the GTX 1060, you can do 4K at 60 Hz. So the USB 3.1 Type A port, USB-C port, separate headphone microphone jacks. Around the back, no ports at all, but gives you an idea of the difference in thickness here. And of course you can see the big heat sinks there at the back on the MSI. And now over to the right hand side, you can clearly see the wedge shaped design on the MSI, which thick at the back, sloping down. You have the SD card, two more USB 3.1 ports, and of course the power socket. So no Thunderbolt 3 port, which is a bit of a shame. And you also have the MSI app software, which seemingly allows you to play mobile games on here using your mouse and keyboard. Now I don't see really the point of that, but if you're into mobile gaming, that's perhaps an option you can do. Now one thing I do like about Hidevolution, if you do pay for the the calibration, they include a USB drive here with the ICC profile in, so that's always nice. So you just plug it in and choose this to load up. So that's it. So put in the comments below what do you like me to test. I will be comparing it against the Omen 15, the Pavilion, also the the Dell G series as well in all my benchmarks. So if you're into a laptop which you like the MSI styling, it's not a bad way to go. It looks like it's going to probably run cool because of the cooling system. The speakers should be pretty decent. If you don't need Thunderbolt 3, it could be a good alternative, comparing it even to the Helios 300. So that's pretty much very similar, isn't it? So thanks for watching. Bye.